I don't think anyone's shocked by Patrick Mahomes being a week one leader as far as quarterbacks, $8,100. But do you like this matchup against Cleveland? It has a very high total on the sports book.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Cleveland Browns were one of the worst pass defenses in the league last year. Didn't do a ton to get better. And I do think that Patrick Mahomes is, look, there's a lot of uncertainty up when you're going to spend up a quarterback. And I think that that's the big factor here with me. With Patrick Mahomes, I'm a little scared of going against the Pittsburgh defense with Josh Allen, a big revenge game for Pittsburgh. You know, Russell Wilson going up against a very strong Indianapolis secondary. You don't know what's going to happen with the other two guys, with Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, a bunch of stuff over the offseason that we've talked about, and Justin Herbert going up against good defense as well. So I feel like a lot of your top options are kind of difficult to get a read on. And if you don't want to just play a value quarterback, I think that Patrick Mahomes is absolutely your guy. He's been really consistent, of course, throughout his career, but the matchup here, good. And Kansas City has owned Cleveland historically. So I at least in the Patrick Mahomes era when they've met. So I do think that this is a spot that I'm definitely looking to target. I think that he could have a good week one. As we saw last year in week one, he was just all right. And Sammy that was 2 years ago, week one, he had that big bomb to Sammy Watkins, but he does seem to start hot in these. He had a couple of 30+ fantasy point games in the first few weeks last year. So I think Patrick Mahomes gets off to a good start.
Geoff, 8,100 for Mahomes. You like the matchup with Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, it's really too cheap for week one. We've just got so much value to work with on week one, and we're probably going to have more with injuries popping up. That 8,100 for Patrick Mahomes. It's really by the time we get to the start of September, it's going to be really easy to go with like a Tyreek Hill Mahomes stack or Kelsey stack, right? Like there's already guys, like I mentioned, Chase Edmonds, T Higgins. These are viable plays under 5K, and you're going to be able to find a few more once the injuries start to kick in, and they will. It's the NFL. It's just the nature of the business, right? So Cleveland, as Kenny mentioned, they really weren't that good a pass defense last year. Now, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be super highly owned. I think people are going to look at that playoff game from last season and be like, oh, wow, the Browns held Patrick Mahomes to one passing touchdown. But remember, their O-line was beat up. They've completely revamped it over the offseason. I think Mahomes starts fast, too. I think this is too cheap.
Stan, thoughts on Mahomes, 8,100?
I think he's fine. I'm only going to go there if I'm stacking with Kelsey or Hill, or if the ownership gets really too low. I just like too many options in the 6K range. And even $500 cheaper, I like Kyler Murray against Tennessee better than the Mahomes matchup. So I would probably go there. It's fine. The price is palatable. I just like other options better.